Hello and welcome to our presentation. My name is Arlene McCaskill and I am a recruiter with the IWK Health Centre in Nova Scotia. And I am joined today by my colleagues from both the IWK Health Centre, the Nova Scotia Health Authority, and the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development. We've called our presentation today, Our Fit with Your Future, because that is really our goal today. We want to help you understand more about career opportunities with two of the largest employers in Nova Scotia, the IWK Health Centre and the Nova Scotia Health Authority. And we wanted to introduce you to SchoolsPlus, for which we are actively hiring. So, as is likely the case in your province, often the news is filled about financial pressures and the significant needs within the healthcare sector. But we're here to tell you that there are exciting things going on in Nova Scotia. Our province continues to add to our complement of mental health clinicians to support individuals and their families with their skills, abilities, and knowledge. Nova Scotia has actually raised the bar on our healthcare practices. To tell you more about what healthcare provision looks like in Nova Scotia, there are two primary healthcare employers, the IWK Health Centre and the Nova Scotia Health Authority, or NSHA as we call it. We are two distinct employers. We have separate recruitment processes, but we do share one starting point with our recruitment portal, which you'll see on your screen. We also work together on a number of provincial initiatives, including the one we wanted to highlight for you today. To introduce you to SchoolsPlus, I am joined by Dr. Julie McDonald and Tara Moore. Dr. McDonald is the Manager of Child and Adolescent Mental Health and in the Cape Breton Regional Hospital, and Tara is a social worker, and she's the SchoolsPlus Coordinator with the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development.
Hi, I'm Tara Moore, and I'm here to tell you some exciting things happening in our schools here in Nova Scotia. We are the only province in Canada to offer SchoolsPlus. SchoolsPlus places mental health and addiction clinicians right in the schools where the students are. By offering services throughout our school system, we improve access to mental health and addiction services to students of all ages. SchoolsPlus offers a unique opportunity to work with children, youth, and their families in a school setting while also attached to an interdisciplinary team in our mental health and addiction system, both within the Nova Scotia Health Authority and the IWK. Each of our regional centres for education and Le Council Scolaire Acadien Provincial have established SchoolsPlus regional advisory committees. They have representation from government departments such as the Department of Health and Wellness, the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development, Justice, and Community Services, as well as a number of nonprofit organizations and non-government community agencies. These local committees identify opportunities to enhance and expand services and programs for students, youth, and families. But what is it really? Listen to the thoughts of those working in the field to get a better idea of our program and model.
He had been a really good boy at home, like polite and fun, but when we got to school, the anxiety and the ADHD made it nearly impossible for him to focus and do what he needed to do at school.
I became involved when Jaden was in grade primary. He was having a lot of behavior concerns at school and just a lot of anger and aggression. I became involved to help him just learn how to manage his anger better and learn some coping skills.
In places like where we live right now, like this is a really rural area. It's a ferry ride and 40-minute drive to get to any services.
When the SchoolsPlus mental health referrals come into play, those referrals are specifically designed to meet the needs of kids that would be faced with barriers such as transportation or financial needs.
Through my role with SchoolsPlus, I'm able to go out and be in all the schools once a week to check in and able to have that face-to-face interaction with his mother and also with the school staff. When I'm with Jaden, I have a couple of different workbooks that we work through, looking at different coping skills and different ways to handle his anger in class, play some games, and try to help with some coping skills then if they're losing, how to lose appropriately, just making sure it's a good experience for them.
Being able to implement a service like SchoolsPlus has proven to be a really positive experience for all professionals involved. We've really depended on each other's skill set to program and implement programming for Jaden. With all of these interventions and all of the support that Jaden and his family have been able to receive over the last couple of years, I certainly see success, and success for him equals happiness. He's a happy little boy. His impulsivity, it's not there. He's thinking things through before he reacts.
There's no shame in going to get the help that you need. It can make a world of difference for you and your child, and that's important for your child's success, to be able to have friends and to succeed at school.
So as you can see, SchoolsPlus provides a comprehensive, collaborative, integrated delivery of services. It provides support by a team of professionals such as psychologists, social workers, mental health clinicians, SchoolsPlus facilitators, and community outreach workers. We share information and resources between the agencies and departments. We provide timely and effective services, accountability and use of evidence-based practices. We provide service beyond the school day and actually 12 months around the year. There's capacity building as well as an aim for family-friendly schools. One of the features you might not know about Nova Scotia is that the Acadian and Francophone families have access to French language public schools through the Council Scolaire Acadien Provincial, with more than 20 schools serving nearly 5,000 students across Nova Scotia. To reflect this, SchoolsPlus is offered in French under the brand SchoolsPlus.
Hi, I'm Julie McDonald. What does this mean for you? So, well, we have opportunities across the province and we're hiring now. We are a sizable employers with rooms to develop a great career. NSHA itself has over 23,000 employees and a mission to achieve excellence in health, healing, and learning through working together for Nova Scotia's population. The IWK was awarded the top Atlantic Canadian employer this past year, thanks to a team of over 4,000 pursuing a healthy future for women, children, youth, and families in the Maritime region. What unites us is our commitment to creating a healthier region in which we live and work. And at the end of the day, what this all means for you is choice. We have opportunities that allow you to follow your interests and live and work in our province in a number of different areas, and we have these opportunities now. And who better to tell you about these roles than actual clinicians? And I'd like to now introduce you to Morgan Moore and Natalie Steele-Quinn, who can speak to what it's like to practice social work in Nova Scotia within the SchoolsPlus model. Morgan is with the Nova Scotia Health Authority in Glace Bay region of Cape Breton Island, and Natalie works with the IWK out of one of our community-based sites in Halifax.
So hi, like I was introduced, my name's Natalie, and I'm a school mental health clinician in Halifax. And the thing that I think is most unique about our job is that it was kind of actually responding to a need that came out of the community, and it helps us serve the people that we work with just a little bit better. I work for the healthcare system, but then I actually get to partner with the school-based system all the time. I work in a team environment, so I get to work with the SchoolsPlus outreach workers, the SchoolsPlus facilitators or leads in trying to meet the students' needs. And once I'm actually connected to a student in the school, I provide all the services that the IWK mental health services would provide. But then I sort of have an open door to be able to collaborate and partner with all the people that work at the school, whether that's administrators, guidance counselors, school social workers, just to make sure that we're providing the best care possible for that young person and their family. So I also am able to invite families right back into the school. And then the young person actually actually has the full breadth of access to all of our healthcare services as well on my end. So if they need something like a meeting with a psychiatrist, a prescription, or even some psychoeducational testing so that we can get a better understanding of where their learning needs are at. So when we're doing therapy with them, we can meet those needs. That's all possible. And one of the things that I think is pretty unique about my job is that I get to actually provide some public health information. And so part of my role in the school is to make sure that I'm providing generalized information about mental health and well-being to people who that's not their bread and butter. That's not something that they do every day. And so they get a little bit of access from me on that information, and I'm able to have a little bit of enjoyment in being able to provide something that I'm really passionate about.
So our role has the flexibility to meet the students in their environment, and we are able to provide a service based on meeting their needs with the advantage of having the relationship and experience as part of the child and adolescent team as well. So we get to be part of the child and adolescent team meetings, we attend peer consult, we get the professional development opportunities that are provided within the mental health and addiction services system, which then allows us to bring our experience and our knowledge into the school setting and help the youth that we are working with. One of the advantages that we found with school mental health is that it helps us address barriers for accessing services. So sometimes youth feel that they are not able to attend a community setting for their mental health needs, whether it's because of transportation or barriers between stigma and understanding of mental health needs within the communities, or maybe they're accessing services with no parental involvement, and it's easier to have that service provided at the school setting. We also work with youth who are in complex situations, so there's sometimes a lot of service providers involved in a youth's care, and when we're in the school, we're able to work together to do what we need to do to help support the youth where they're at. And it helps because we're able to provide that continuity of care. If there's a referral that needs to be made to another service, if our goals are met, or if we need to add someone in addition to what we're working on, we're already in the school system and working as part of that team. So we're able to provide what that client needs in that moment.
I really actually do love my job. I think some of the things that I really like I was talking about before, is that I get to partner with people. I get to build new relationships with people in the school. I get to be in their environment. The unique thing is I know when they're graduating high school, and I'm able to make sure that my colleagues who work in the mental health system actually have a little bit of a better understanding about the school system. So when they have a question, I can answer it that way. And then, so I'm kind of in a link a little bit. And then also, I really like talking to staff about mental health in general. And I like doing different things with youth every single day. And then I think the thing that I'm most passionate about in my job is that I get to talk to youth. I almost say every day that youth don't have the same perspective from when I remember being a youth. They have a more broader socially conscious understanding of the world these days. And I just love talking to them about that stuff. And I love talking to them about their values, their goals, where they want to get to, and then helping them through that struggle. Because sometimes there is a struggle, and that's just where I sort of try and support them and making sure that they're able to keep going with the things that they want to do.
So one of the things that I like most about this position is that it provides a unique opportunity for us to really build and maintain relationships with not only school staff, but also other service providers that work in the communities. And so that we are able to have really open and honest conversations about service delivery, and also making sure that we're able to provide some perspective through a mental health lens. And once we are working together, we're building these relationships that really allow us to provide the best service possible for the youth, with taking all of their needs into consideration. Being based in the school is really enjoyable. I like being there every day. It provides, you become a familiar face, and then, when we're engaged in activities within the school, people get to see us and know who we are, which makes it a little bit easier sometimes when they're coming in for mental health services. It also gives us an opportunity to support the school with the mental health initiatives that they're providing, and so we're able to really be involved in that and get to do some health promotion activities when we look at activity known as Headstrong, so reducing the stigma about mental health and building awareness. We get to be involved in professional development with the school so that we can provide them, the school staff, with the skills that they need to understand the best ways to support the unique mental health needs of the students that they're working with. So it's something that I really do enjoy doing.
We want you to know that you can connect with us to find out more. And the job site is a great place to start. On behalf of the Department of Education and the Early Childhood Development, the IWK and the Nova Scotia Health Authority, we want to thank you for taking some time today to spend with us to hear about some of the job opportunities in Nova Scotia.